and welcome back, guys. I'm still in my Animal Crossing era, okay? I love that game. That game it has a special little part in my soul. And today we're going to be carrying on with that. If you missed it last week, we built Nook's Cranny. I'll put a card at the top for you. It looked incredible. I'm so proud of how this turned out. And today we're going to go tackle the Able Sisters, specifically the Able Sisters shop. We're going to build a sneaky little apartment there too. Just saying, in case your Sims want to live on site, if you decide to pop this in your world. But let's get on to it. And here we go. Right, so we're still continuing in Brindleton Bay, and this is an adorable little plot that I've never taken any notice of before. It's right down the bottom left corner of the map, but it looks so cute, and it's a teeny tiny plot, which is why I think I've never used it before, because you girl likes to build big. But it was perfect for what we're thinking for the Able Sisters store. So here we are trying to find like all the right coloring for the outsides and bits. It's a very iconic red and green building, just like Nook's Cranny has that iconic blue roof. Pay no attention to this. This was me trying to fit a secret apartment in the roof like we did for Nook's Cranny, and it just wasn't going to work to fit 2 bedrooms in there, the kitchen, the living room. This was just way smaller than Nook's Cranny. So what we end up doing, I want to show you obviously it not working out, because my builds, they're not a smooth, simple process. This is what actually happens, but don't be afraid to try new things. If it doesn't work, we just remove it, we delete, we move on. What I end up doing for the roof that I want, this is the roof that I wanted. It's the perfect shape for the build, that iconic green. So what we end up doing is putting the apartment underground, which kind of makes sense because they're hedgehogs, right? So it kind of makes sense for the purpose of this build. I'm just shrinking it down a little bit. I have a habit of building way too big to begin with. I just can't help myself. But all of this worked really well. You might notice that sign there we tried to use for Nook's Cranny. Didn't work. Worked way better for the Able Sisters, and I'm pretty happy about it. So my plan here, as you can see, I've got 2 back rooms. Oh no, right, let me talk about this first. This is a fantastic tip to make a fake paneling on any wallpaper. These little slat things, they were from the Winter Escape, Snowy Escape pack, and they looked beautiful for paneling on a wallpaper that doesn't have paneling. As you can see, I didn't end up using them. I needed this iconic green instead, which is fine, but I thought these were such a smart idea that I'm definitely going to use it again in a future build for a wallpaper that doesn't have paneling, that I want to have paneling. The ones I end up using are actually from the high school pack, and I'm actually just turning them around the wrong way, which is why I'm having to delete the walls. Because if I try and place them when a wall is there, it flips them the correct way. So this was painstakingly tedious. I would hate to think how long this took in real time, but I feel like it paid off. I feel like it looks great. It works wonderfully. It's the right shade of green. It looks smooth. It's perfect. Try using these rustic tables for the platforms, kind of that has all the merchandise on. End up changing these. These did not work out well in the end, but they're the best I could come up with. This build really pushed me to think outside the box. So we end up using lots of different items, as you just saw there with the paneling. We end up using lots of different items that actually don't do their proper purpose, but you know what, it all works out in the end. So you'll see in a second. I was playing around with counters. I thought maybe counters, but they're way too high. I was like, it's just gonna look a little ridiculous. And then we spotted this from the Growing Together pack. We spanned this round, and I tell you, this just looked so spot on for what I was looking for. And the little drawers on it on the back didn't make the world of difference, because I'm like, that could be where they keep extra buttons and stuff. It makes sense. Here we are sorting out the till area. So I wanted to use these crafting tables. I think they looked so cute and they're perfect for this build. I basically used the whole set. I'm not even sorry about it. I ended up using like the whole set, and it looked beautiful. We're doing my favorite trick again, where we put the till on a island counter. We sized that island counter down. This one did have quite a bit of a gap, but as you can see, I just shoved a little box under there, which ended up being the perfect height. So it looks like how it should, like it's sat on there. It all, like the logistics of it makes sense. Here we are, just adding a little bit more clutter. The mannequins, because you know, we need to be able to show what's going on with our displays and stuff, right? So I ended up putting these in. I think eventually I changed them to the black mannequins, just because that's more true to what's in the game. The big glasses, because if you know Animal Crossing, their heads are huge in it. But I wanted to make sure that we had like some little nods to the game, because I just think this game is so cute. It's my happy place. I love it so much. Here we are, just putting the new mannequins in. On that back wall is where they have your own designs you can put in. So we've put some shelving. That's the dressing room you just saw those curtains for. So we ended up doing, I think these are Dream Home Decorator shelves. I sized them down, put a plaque in front of them, and it kind of did the job. We could have done it above as well, but I love this growing together backpack. I think it's supposed to be a suitcase maybe, but I love it. I think it was so cute. It feels very Animal Crossing-esque. So I wanted to put that in. This is what I was saying. So I've got two back rooms here. The one is the iconic dressing room that we all run in immediately because we want the new items of the day. But that door there actually then leads to their apartment underground, which is pretty cute. It's a cute little pastel dream. It's cutesy down there. I don't actually show you it in this build just because this video would have been way too long. But obviously if you want to get this on the gallery, it's all on there for you, and you'll see it's a pastel dream, and I love it so much. This is me trying to figure out the stair situation. I end up having to do a little bit of jiggery pokery, moving some walls around to make it so we can actually get these stairs to fit. It just involved me moving one wall a little bit closer. It all worked out in the end. There you go. But it just meant that I could actually have the stairs go down because we were really cutting it close with the tile placement. And I still didn't want to make this a huge build. I wanted it to be still super cutesy, but make sense. And this banister just looked really, it reminds me of a hedgehog. I can't tell you why. It just does. So we decided to pop that in as well. But again, it's just real cutesy. A lot of, I think downstairs we used a lot of the cottagecore and the pastel pop kit. A window display. We get real smart again with this window display because I was like, I want things in the shop window. Obviously it's a clothes shop, so how do we showcase this? This is how. I ended up putting these huge mirrors in front of it just to kind of make it look like you can't see the window. And then it also gives us a board on the back so that we can add a backdrop. So I'm trying to do that with these curtains here. So it takes a little bit of finessing, a little bit of jiggering around just to make things fit perfectly. Like I said, you guys are seeing the sped up version here. So you see like, it looks like it happens first try. This took a lot of work, but it looks super cute. And from the inside, you can't tell that the window is there because we never see that wall in the game. So that's why I put these windows here. I'm just changing the curtains from red to yellow, just because I thought the red blended too much in with the red paneling that we've got going on. So we changed those to yellow just to make them a little bit more like a little splash of color kind of thing. Obviously we need price tags in front of everything. So this is me just doing a little bit of alt place in here. Again, these were like just really tedious little details to add in. They were a lot of work. It took a long time trying to get the placements exactly right. I know it looks like I'm doing it perfectly here, but it took a little while just to finesse it. But I think the key to builds like this, and if you ever want to do a recreation, it's all in the details. So obviously these mannequins, you can change all their clothes if you were to download this. Oh, my head's in the way. Here we are just doing a little book display. Again, just real details, you know, just make it feel a little bit more lived in. I know that the actual Animal Crossing game doesn't have this many details in, but The Sims, we can allow ourselves to just go that little extra mile, which is what we did here. And it just looks so stinking cute. These books are actually from Debug. I said that really weird, Debug. I think they came from the Nifty Nin set as well. Get some little extra little curtains on here. I was trying to decide colors. We end up going with the green that matches the paneling. I thought it was like a nice, it all just ties in quite nicely together, which is really sweet. Some little spotlights going in for the clothes, just so you can see what you're buying. Customers need to be able to see what's going on. And it's just looking so stinking cute. I love this so much. The rubber plant, I've never used this plant since it came out with the new kit, but I was like, you know what, Animal Crossing is the build, it's gonna happen. I also end up with a lot of free space over here, so as let's add a little seating area in, like most stores would have a nice little seating area. We do like this fake picture rail kind of moment. My favorite plant, that little plant that came in the growing, was it growing together or greenhouse? I think it was the greenhouse haven kit. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it so much. But it's just really cute. And again, extra space here. So what we decided to do was a little sail rail, which I think is effective. It fit perfectly in the space that was available. I just think it's like a real cute little detail. I dig it. and then just a little bit more seating around. Oh, you can't see, I'm in the way. But yeah, and then we go into landscape. If you saw Nook's Cranny, we went for this very cartoony landscaping vibe, which you're going to see happen here as well. So all about those curvy paths, because that's what I have on my Animal Crossing island, although I need to revisit it. It's been so long. We're going for this bright green grass again with all the little flowers, because again, it works so well on Nook's Cranny, and it's really effective. It's really effective. A pond, everyone puts ponds everywhere. Like, we all do it on our islands, don't like, we all do it. We all do it. You saw a little bit of the apartments there. So here we are, just making that a little bit smoother, just sorting the edges out, just a smidgen, making it all tie into the landscape and bits. And I think ponds are so effective in The Sims and in Animal Crossing as well. Now, outside Nook's Cranny, I ended up building a cafe outside, which I loved. I didn't want to do the same again for this build. Even though we all put cafes all over our little New Horizon islands, I was like, you know what? No, let's go a little bit different. And what we end up doing, if I can find it, I think if you give me 2 seconds, it'll pop up. But we end up doing like a little garden shop. So in Debug, we end up finding, so this was when I was going to do a cafe again, but we end up finding, I think it's Crumple Bottom's little stall in Debug, and it's so effective. So what we end up doing is a little outdoor garden shop kind of thing, so maybe if you want to pick up some plants and stuff, and again, it just feels really effective and overly cutesy. I think that's the thing with doing like Animal Crossing builds, is it needs to feel super cutesy and super colorful. Which is what this ticks all those boxes, you know. It's got all the colors, again, a little sand dirt path just to differentiate it a little bit, because that's my iconic way of decorating in Animal Crossing. But it's just super cute. And you know what? I could see all these items actually being in Animal Crossing. Obviously, I had to put more pumpkins. We put pumpkins in Nook's Cranny. Pumpkins had to go in the Able Sisters as well. A little picnic bench, which is super cute. It's just adorable. And here you go. We'll do a little walkthrough. But it's so cute. Like, look at this. Look at these pigeons just wandering around as well. That's so cute. So you can see the mannequins here in the window display. We've got that picnic bench. We've got this garden still with all the different pots and flowers and everything. It's just so stinking cute, and I love it so much. So when we first walk in, we got the dressing room just there. Again, with this beautiful mirror. This is from the Basement Treasures kit. I love it so, so much. We have our waiting area, which I just, oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. All those yellows and earthy tones, they just go together so, so well. We have the shop floor, so you have the mannequins, the wall displays, the little accessories at the front, and obviously up here we have the main till area where the Able Sisters would be, just to give you a closer look of that as well. But it's just super cutesy, and I just feel like if the Able Sisters, if they had a store in The Sims, this is what it would look like. Just super cutesy, all the pastels, everything that you might need for your clothing needs. But there you have it. Like, look how cute this is. So like I said, mine is in Brindleton Bay, but you can place yours wherever you like. And there you have it, guys. Did you like it? Which is your favorite? Did you prefer Nook's Cranny or the Able Sisters? I don't know, but I'm excited to do more of these. We're debating whether we should do the museum next and maybe build the roost in there, which could be a lot of fun. We have Red's boat that we want to do. There are obviously the community, is it the community management building? Town hall, that's the word I'm thinking of. That's also on the list. So if you guys want to see more Animal Crossing builds, stay tuned. You can watch these live on my Twitch when I build them. My builds take, I'm not gonna lie to you, they take about 8 hours to do live. But if that's your cup of tea, come hang out with us on Twitch. My name on there is Lifeandbeth as well. Super easy to find. Or just stay tuned for the next speed build. And don't forget, you can also download these off the gallery. Lifeandbeth on the EA gallery as well. So it's super easy to find. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I hope you have an amazing weekend. Bye.